Mayor Scorpius is due in just over a week, and to help everyone make as much money as possible, I'll be talking about the tips and tricks you can use to maximize your profits during his term. Before we get into it, currently 0% of people watching this video right now are actually subscribed. Please consider subscribing so I can catch up to this one right here. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Scorpius is one of the 4 special mayors that runs for election. He comes in every 24 Skyblock years and has 2 different perks, one being the bribe, in which he'll give up to 1 million coins for voting for him. His second perk is Darker Auctions, which is what we'll be focusing on today. Darker Auctions is an extended version of the Dark Auction. These happen every single hour and include things such as enchanted books, accessories, weapons, pets, and more. Because of this will give you a lot of opportunities to pick up good deals. On screen is a list of items you can expect to find during the Darker Auction and the rate of which they will be found within the Darker Auction itself. Most of these items are relatively expensive, with some up to almost 2 billion coins. Please be careful when purchasing items such as the enchanting books, as the enchanting update has currently demolished the price of the majority of the books. The first tip is actually preparing for Scorpius. Although this one seems relatively straightforward, it is often overlooked. A lot of the times items will drop during Scorpius as people will panic sell them to get more items from the Dark Auction. If you're liquidating items, the best time to do so would be right now. This means you can get more for what your items are actually worth. Having a large purse is extremely important during Scorpius. This means you can invest in way more items, which will result in way more profit in the long term. Having more coins will allow for the best return on your investment. I would personally recommend around the 500 million coin mark or higher, although it is still viable for people with less, ensuring that they're buying the right items. The second tip is planning ahead. You don't want to be spending your entire purse on the first day, as most items sell for higher during the first day. Iron Men are mainly looking for accessories and other items during this time, which means it's usually smarter to wait until the second day to minimise cost. I'd personally recommend attending every single Darker Auction, even if it is on the first day, as there's usually some money to be made in every single one. The third tip is knowing the market. This is especially important for things such as enchanting books. As I mentioned previously, the enchanting update tanked the prices of most books. This means you should be aiming for only the ones that can't be gained from the experiment table. Making sure you're not overbidding for items or buying into low demand items is also extremely important to maximise your profits. Always remember to buy into multiple items rather than just a few of the same. Quantity over quality is relatively important for investments, as if one drops, you have multiple different items to rely on. The fourth tip is not being rushed into selling. Scorpius only arrives once every 24 Skyblock years. This allows you to hold the items for months. Usually items will continue to raise in value up until a few weeks before the next Scorpius. This means you have plenty of time to look for good sale windows, such as if the price rises dramatically due to an update. You should not be selling these items within the first few weeks, as you result in gaining very little profit in comparison. The final tip is cleaning up the items no one actually wants. Usually in smaller lobbies, some items end up selling for significantly lower than their actual value. This gives you a good opportunity to be buying into these cheap items. For example, last Scorpius I managed to get a Midas sword for 20 million coins under lowest bin. This gave me a massive margin on it and I was able to instantly flip it for 20 million profit. However, if I held it, I would have made much more. In conclusion, Scorpius is one of the best mayors to make money from. Whether you're investing, flipping, lowballing, or anything else, there are plenty of opportunities for you to maximize your profits during his mayor cycle. You can use third-party websites such as Coffle.net to track the prices of items to make sure you're buying them at the right time. If you learned anything from this video, please leave a like. I'm on the road to a whopping 5 subscribers and every single one of you would be greatly appreciated.